Hello and welcome to our first video for this month's round of For the Love of Homemade Kits. I'm showing you here the products I kind of pulled from my kit that I want to use today. We're going to focus on lots of pinks and some of the ballerina images from the Maggie Holmes Gather collection. So what I'm doing here is I have this last sheet of 12 by 12 shimmer white paper from Creative Memories. It's my very last sheet, but I really wanted to use it on this layout, and I chose this really soft pink floral paper that I just had a scrap of in my kit, and this is from the Shine collection. So I'm going to go ahead and ink the edges, which is kind of funny now that I think about it, because I'm going to cover up two of those edges with texture paste, so you will never see that ink anyway. But oh well, it was a nice idea. So I'm just gonna adhere this paper to the middle of my layouts. So throughout this video, you'll see my camera angle change. I was kind of experimenting a little bit with this video because I wanted to use lots of bright and shiny gold on this layout, and I was trying to move my camera a little bit to eliminate some glare, but it doesn't work at all. So now I'm gonna go ahead with a palette knife and the Heidi Swapp metallic pink glitter paste from my kit, and I'm just gonna make kind of like a border on either side of this pattern paper. And I'm just going to use this palette knife and kind of spread it around the edges till I like the look of it. So I just keep adding a little more texture paste and just swoosh, spreading it out on either side of the paper. Pretty easy, simple technique. And then I just let it sit and dry for a good long time. And if I had any extra, when I was all finished, the extra texture paste that was on my palette knife, I grabbed an empty page in my art journal and just smeared it on there too. So now I'm just going to let everything dry a little bit. And I was really happy with how this texture paste dried. It's very glittery and shiny, and here you can see I kind of tried to change up the angle again on my camera to try to get rid of the glare, but I really have a really hard time. There's a lot of glare in this video, so my plan didn't work very well. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of these different patterns of 6x6 paper from my kit. Some of it is from the Maggie Holmes Gather 6x6 pad, but most of it is from the crepe paper. I believe it's called Pretty Party. I'm not up in my scrap room right now, but I believe the 6x6 pad, it's a number of years old. It's an older collection from crepe paper, but I have the whole pad. So I'm just grabbing 4 sheets of paper that I really liked. I inked up the edges, and I'm just layering them all together onto my background. And then I'm going to place my photos, but I'm only going to adhere the middle of my photos. And you'll notice when I adhered that 6x6 paper pad, I only adhered the middle of those two, because I know I'm going to kind of tuck some things in and around my photos and in and around my 6x6 papers. Starting with this vellum. This is a vellum sheet. I believe it's from the Bloom collection. And I only have a little tiny bit of it left, but I added it to the kit to do things like this, just to add little touches of those gold flowers here and there around my different layouts. So these photos, I'll talk about the photos just for a very brief moment. These are both photos of Degas. One is a sculpture and one is a painting that I was very privileged to see in person this summer. I am very much a lover of art, and so this was a big deal for me to be able to see some of his original works of art in person. I also got to see in person some Renoirs and some Monets, and you'll probably see at some point some of those pictures also make it onto layouts. So this was, I am such a lover of art, so this was a big deal for me, and to be able to see these paintings in person and to have these photographs and different things. So they just were very moving to me, and it was such a privilege, and I loved being able to see them and to be up close to them. So there's not going to be a lot of journaling on this layout other than the name of the artist, Degas, because I really don't feel like I need to say anything else. And he is very well known for his ballerinas. So I'm just moving my title around. I started out with letters that were too big, and then I didn't have an S, and then I was going to try to make some small and some big, and that didn't work, and all of that. So right now I just decided I'm going to go ahead and put my letters that spell out the artist's name onto a 6x6 piece of paper here, and then I'm going to layer it on top of one of these tags. These tags are from, I believe it's the Open Book Collection, the crepe tags. This is my last one, the last one I have left. So that will make my title. I've also placed 3 buttons around the layout and the acetate ballerina from the Maggie Holmes Gather collection. I knew immediately when I saw that acetate piece exactly what photos I was going to scrapbook with them. So this was probably the easiest layout to put together because I really had a firm idea in my head of how I was going to lay it out and what I was going to do with it. So if my memory is serving me well, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add lots of black and white twine. I love my black and white twine. I buy it by big spools and I use it quite a bit. So I'm going to add them to my tags, and I'm also going to thread them through all 3 of those buttons. I really think that it helped the buttons to kind of pop off of the layout. I thought the buttons were incredibly appropriate for this layout because, you know, we are talking about ballerinas, and you think about sewing and shoes and their clothes and different things like that, and I thought that the buttons would be a really nice addition, a really nice texture, and really just a fun addition to the layout. That was also the reason why I chose to put the texture paste on the way I did, because again, these are paintings and sculptures and very kind of artistic things. And so I thought that the texture paste would add a little bit of that artistic painterly feel to the layout. So now I'm just going to go ahead. I didn't thread the twine or use a needle. I really just shoved it through the holes in the buttons and then tied a little bit of a bow. So I don't make you watch me do this to all of the buttons, but it's the same technique, just to thread them through the holes and tie a bow. And then I'm going to do these little flourishes of twine out of my tags. I do this a lot. I know I've done it on a lot of other layouts before in videos and showed you how I did it. So it's just a fine line bottle with some Scotch Quick Dry adhesive, and I use it to kind of draw little swirls and then press the twine in, and then when it's dry I cut off the ends. Very, very easy technique, but I really love it. I love the way that how it looks with the flourishy kind of twine. And so now all 3 of the buttons have the addition of the twine, and so do the tags. And now I'm going to go through these tiny word stickers from the Maggie Holmes Gather collection, and I'm going to add three word stickers to each of my embellishment clusters. And I was very careful in what I chose. I really chose very kind of things that I really liked. That one up there says "Hello, Lovely," and then it goes right into the title, so it kind of says "Hello, Lovely Degas," and then we have the hashtag gorgeous. I think one of them is just, it says "Loving this right now," the best day. There's 2 of them have just 3 little hearts on it. And I move them around a little bit, but I think one of them says, "This makes my heart happy." I'm trying to read them from my screen on my here. And some of them I'm reading pretty good, but some of them are kind of just a little glary. So I think that's all the different words that I chose. And so this layout is almost finished. I'm going to clean up here a little bit. At some point, I know my phone ended up on my table, just different things. And now I'm just going to add some more splatters. This is brand new shimmers. It's Candy Cane Spritz. I just got it. It's or not candy cane, cotton candy. It's called Cotton Candy Spritz. I got it from the Spiegel Mom Scrap Shop, and it is so cute. I really, really like this color, and I love these splatters. So I just put a little bit of splatter at the top and some at the bottom, and that's going to finish off my layout. So please be sure to check out, oh, and I'm fixing this. I ended up pulling away some of the texture paste that hadn't quite dried yet. So I'm just fixing that little spot on my layout. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope that you will check out Felicia, Hannah, and Christina's videos. Their channel links are below, and I will see you next Tuesday with another layout. Here's a close-up. Have a wonderful day. Bye!